Imagine living in a country where people throw cinnamon at you on your birthday if you're still single. Or imagine a place where there are more sheep than humans. What if I told you that there was a country without rivers? Sounds wild, right? Ever wondered why some countries have square flags and others simply don't? And did you know that there is one where it is illegal to own just one guinea pig? Stick around, because we're diving into the most mind-blowing, jaw-dropping, and downright bizarre facts about countries you never knew existed. Have you ever thought about why some places have such unique traditions or laws? What makes these countries so different yet fascinating? Fasten your seatbelts, because the world is about to get a lot more interesting. Subscribe to the channel and leave a like. 1. Unique traditions and festivities. I've always been fascinated by the way different cultures celebrate life, and one of the most memorable experiences I've had was participating in the Holi festival in India. Imagine a sea of people, all drenched in vibrant colors, dancing and laughing while throwing powdered pigments into the air. It was like walking into a living, vibrant painting. The energy was so contagious that, although I was initially hesitant to be covered in color, I soon found myself joining the locals, completely losing myself in the joyful chaos. It's an experience that's difficult to fully describe unless you've been there to witness it yourself. Another incredible party I had the opportunity to witness was La Tomatina, in Spain. This one is a little more confusing, to say the least. Held in the town of Bunol, it is essentially a giant tomato fight. I remember the first soft tomato that hit me, and the absurdity of it all made me burst out laughing. It's not every day you see streets red with tomato juice and people happily throwing ripe tomatoes at each other. What struck me most was how something so simple could bring so much joy and camaraderie between strangers. Of course, these are just two examples, but they illustrate how traditions and festivities can offer deep insight into the heart of a culture. They break down barriers and bring people together in ways that are unique and universally human. Whether through color, food, or music, these celebrations highlight the creativity and spirit of the people who keep these traditions alive. 2. Amazing natural landmarks. I've always had a soft spot for natural wonders, and the Montañas de los Siete Colores, Rainbow Mountains, in China were a sight to behold. Standing in front of those mountains was like looking at an artist's palette. The layers of reds, yellows, and greens were so vivid they seemed almost surreal. I learned that these colors come from mineral deposits that have been pressed and folded over millions of years. It's fascinating how nature can create something that seems so deliberately designed. Then there's the Northern Lights in Norway, which is perhaps one of the most magical experiences I've ever had. I remember standing in the freezing cold, looking up at the sky as it erupted in waves of green, pink, and purple light. It felt like the heavens were putting on a private show just for me. The science behind it, charged particles from the sun colliding with Earth's atmosphere, only adds to the wonder. It's a reminder of how small we are in the grand scheme of things, but how lucky we are to witness such beauty. These natural landmarks are more than just pretty sights, they are testaments to the power and mystery of our planet. They inspire awe and curiosity, making you want to learn more about the forces that shape them. And being there in person, feeling the wind on your face or the cold penetrating your bones, connects you to the earth in a way that photos and videos simply can't capture. 3. Peculiar food customs. Food is a fundamental part of culture, and the world is full of unique culinary experiences. Take hakarl, for example, which is a fermented shark from Iceland. I was excited and apprehensive when I had the opportunity to try it. The smell hits you first, pungent and ammonia-like, almost unbearable. But the flavor, while strong, isn't as bad as the smell might suggest. It's an acquired taste, for sure, but it gave me immense respect for the way Icelanders adapted to their harsh environment. Then there is the durian, often called the king of fruits in Southeast Asia. The first time I encountered durian was in a busy market in Thailand. Its smell is notorious, some people describe it as a mixture of rotten onion and turpentine. But once you get past the odor, the creamy, custard-like flesh has a sweet and savory flavor unlike anything I've ever tasted. It's a fruit that really challenges your senses and pushes you to face your culinary limits. These peculiar eating customs reveal a lot about the resilience and creativity of different cultures. They show how people learned to make the most of what their environment had to offer, transforming the unusual and often unpleasant into something celebrated and valued. And while these foods may not be to everyone's taste, trying them is a way to step out of your comfort zone and embrace the diversity of the world. 4. Unusual cultural practices. One of the most enchanting cultural practices I encountered was fika in Sweden. Essentially, it's a coffee break, but it's much more than that. Fika is a time to slow down, to take a break from the hustle and bustle of everyday life and enjoy a coffee and a sweet treat, often with friends or colleagues. The first time I participated in a fika was like a breath of fresh air. It wasn't just about the coffee, it was about the conversation, the connection. It's a beautiful reminder of the importance of taking time to enjoy the little things. In Japan, I had the honor of participating in a traditional tea ceremony. The precision and grace with which the tea master prepared and served the tea was mesmerizing. Each movement was deliberate, almost meditative. I learned that the ceremony is not just about drinking tea, but also mindfulness, respect and appreciation of the moment. It's a practice that invites you to slow down and be present, something incredibly valuable in our fast-paced world. These cultural practices may seem small or even mundane, but they carry deep meaning and offer valuable lessons. They teach us the importance of taking time for ourselves and others, of finding beauty in routine and ritual. They are a testament to the richness of human culture and the infinite ways in which we seek to find balance and meaning in our lives. I hope these paragraphs give you a vivid picture of the unique traditions, natural wonders, peculiar food customs, and cultural practices of different parts of the world. If you need more topics to be elaborated on or any adjustments, feel free to let me know. Of course, we'll delve into the next intriguing topics on the list: pioneering inventions and achievements, unique languages and dialects, national symbols and their meanings, and world records and superlatives. 5. Pioneering inventions and achievements. One of the things that never ceases to amaze me is how different countries have contributed to the tapestry of human progress through unique inventions and pioneering achievements. Take, for example, Japan's invention of the QR code. It's now a ubiquitous part of our modern lives, used for everything from making payments to accessing information instantly. However, it was invented in the 1990s by Denso Wave, a subsidiary of Toyota, to track vehicle parts. It's fascinating how an innovation designed for industrial efficiency has found its way into everyday consumer use, transforming the way we interact with technology in the process. Another pioneering achievement that often goes unnoticed is the creation of the world's first university in Fez, Morocco. The University of Al-Qarawiyyin was founded in 859 AD by Fatima al-Fihri, a woman who used her inheritance to build a center of learning. This university is still operational today and is recognized by UNESCO and Guinness World Records. It is a powerful testament to the importance of education and the role of women in advancing knowledge and culture. It also challenges the often Eurocentric narrative about the history of higher education, highlighting the rich academic traditions that existed in the Islamic world long before the rise of European universities. These achievements are not just milestones in the history of technology and education, they are reflections of the ingenuity and vision that different cultures bring to the global stage. They remind us that innovation often emerges from the most unexpected places and that the drive to improve and discover is a universal human trait. 6. Unique languages and dialects. Language is one of the most fascinating aspects of cultural identity, and some languages and dialects are so unique that they almost seem like living treasures. Take the Basque language, Euskara, for example. Spoken in the Basque Country, which encompasses northern Spain and southern France, Euskara is a linguistic enigma. It is a language isolate, meaning it has no known relatives, making it one of the oldest and most mysterious languages in Europe. I remember walking through the streets of Bilbao and hearing Euskara being spoken, feeling like I was going back in time. The language is a symbol of the resilience of the Basque people and their determination to preserve their cultural heritage. Another extraordinary example is Silbo Gomero from the Canary Islands, a whistled language used to communicate across the deep ravines and valleys of La Gomera. Imagine standing on one side of a vast gorge and being able to talk to someone on the other side using a series of whistles. It's like something out of a fairy tale, but it's a real, functional mode of communication. I had the opportunity to watch a demonstration by Silbo Gomero, and it was incredible to see how this ancient practice was adapted to modern times, even being taught in schools to ensure its survival. Languages like Euskara and Silbo Gomero are more than just means of communication. They are cultural artifacts that tell the story of the people who speak them. They embody the history, struggles, and triumphs of their communities, making them invaluable to our understanding of human diversity. 7. National symbols and their meanings. Every country has its national symbols, but some of them come with stories that are as intriguing as they are meaningful. Take the Icelandic flag, for example. The blue background represents the Atlantic Ocean that surrounds the island, the white cross symbolizes the glaciers and snow-capped mountains, and the red cross represents the volcanic fires that shaped the landscape. It is a flag that encapsulates the very essence of Iceland's dramatic natural environment. I remember visiting Ingvellir National Park, situated between the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates, and feeling a deep connection to the powerful forces represented by those colors. Another attractive national symbol is the cherry blossom in Japan. Known as sakura, these delicate pink flowers are celebrated every spring with festivals and gatherings. But they are more than just pretty flowers, they have deep cultural significance. The transient nature of cherry blossoms, which typically only last a week or two, is a poignant reminder of the impermanence of life, a concept deeply rooted in Japanese philosophy and aesthetics. During my visit to Japan, I attended a hanami, flower viewing, party at a local park. Sitting under a canopy of cherry blossoms, sharing food and sake with friends, I felt a deep sense of peace and appreciation for the fleeting beauty of the moment. National symbols like these are not just decorative, they carry layers of meaning that reflect a country's values, history, and identity. They are a source of pride and a way for people to connect with their heritage and each other. 8. World records and superlatives. When it comes to world records and superlatives, different countries have truly fascinating claims to fame. Take Sweden, for example. With more than 267,000 islands, it holds the record for the country with the most islands in the world. During a trip to the Stockholm archipelago, I took a ferry ride that snaked around a maze of islands, each unique and many uninhabited. It was a stunning reminder of the scale and beauty of Sweden's natural landscape. At the other end of the spectrum is Vatican City, the world's smallest independent state by area and population. Situated in the city of Rome, this small country is the spiritual and administrative center of the Roman Catholic Church. Walking through St. Peter's Basilica and the Vatican museums, it's hard to believe that such a small place has such immense cultural and religious significance. Despite its size, Vatican City is a treasure trove of art, history, and spirituality, attracting millions of visitors from around the world every year. These records and superlatives are more than just interesting tidbits, they highlight the incredible diversity of our world. From vast archipelagos to the smallest sovereign states, each place has its own unique charm and significance, contributing to the rich tapestry of global heritage. So there you have it, an exploration of some of the most fascinating facts about different countries, from their unique traditions and natural wonders to their peculiar food customs, cultural practices, pioneering achievements, unique languages, national symbols, and world records. Each of these elements offers a glimpse into the diverse and intricate mosaic of human culture, showing us that despite our differences, we are all part of the same global community. And while it's impossible to cover all the fascinating details in one narrative, I hope these stories inspire you to explore and appreciate the incredible diversity our world has to offer. So there you have it, folks. We journey through some truly mind-blowing facts about countries around the world. Can you believe that in Japan there is a festival entirely dedicated to crying babies? Or that in Finland there is a tradition of racing with wives? And who would have thought that in Spain there is a tomato fight that attracts thousands of people every year? But wait, there's more. Did you know that in Bhutan they measure national happiness instead of GDP? Imagine living in a country where people's well-being is the most important thing. And speaking of unique measurements, in the United Arab Emirates, the Burj Khalifa is so tall that you can watch the sunset twice, once from the ground and once from the top. I mean, seriously, how cool is that? And these are just a few of the countless surprising, quirky and downright fascinating aspects of countries around the world. Imagine what else is out there waiting to be discovered. So, tell me, what curiosity about the country surprised you the most? Have you tried any of these traditions or festivals? Or maybe you have some amazing facts that I didn't cover today? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, I can't wait to hear what you have to say. And here's a question to ponder: if you could create a unique festival or tradition in your own country, what would it be? What would you celebrate and how would people participate? Let your imagination run wild. As always, hit the like button if you enjoyed this journey and share it with your friends who love learning about the world as much as you do. And don't forget to sign up and click the bell so you don't miss any adventures with us here at Encontro Sagrado. Until next time, keep exploring, questioning and keep your curiosity alive. See you in the next video.